What's up, everyone? Welcome back. In this video, we're going to be talking about the cluster B personality disorder. So if you guys haven't seen our previous video where we talk about cluster A and the previous video where we talk about the overview of personality disorders, go ahead, go to our playlist on our YouTube channel for Psych for the USMLE Step 1 and watch those vids because it'll give you some good background information for this current video. So with that being said, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to your boy because I need you guys' support. I'm going to be posting these videos every single day. So let me know what you guys think. Anyways, let's start talking about cluster B personality disorders. These are going to be your wild personality disorders. Our cluster A was our weird, right? Those were the weird personality disorders. These are our wild personality. And in this cluster, we got antisocial personality disorder, we got borderline personality disorder, we got histrionic personality disorder, and we got narcissistic personality disorder. So these patients have a tendency to be very dramatic, emotional, or erratic, right? That's a key hallmark of their personalities, a key similarity between all of these personalities. And there is a genetic association with mood disorders and substance abuse. In the previous video, in cluster A, they were associated with schizophrenia. In this, they're associated with mood disorders and substance abuse disorders. So we're going to talk about that a little bit as we go along and we talk about each and every one of these personality disorders. So let's talk about antisocial personality disorder. In this case, we got patients who have a disregard for others. A lot of people misunderstand the word antisocial. They think antisocial means that they don't want to be close to people, they want to be left alone. No. Antisocial personality disorder is kind of a very violent personality disorder. What you are thinking about when you say, oh, this person is antisocial, and you're thinking, oh, antisocial personality disorder, you're actually thinking about schizoid personality disorder, which is a cluster A personality, which we talked about in the previous video. In this case, these patients have a disregard for others. They're very social, right? But they don't have a tendency to understand the boundaries. They're constantly violating the rights of others. They may steal their things. They may rob them. They may attack them. They may hit them, etc., etc. And they don't show remorse. That's important, right? They don't care for what they're doing. They don't care about the other person. They do it because they want to do it, and that's about it. So this also is characterized by impulsivity. They are often criminals. A lot of criminals actually have antisocial personality disorder, and because of that, they often break the law, and you know, they end up going to jail. Now, men are more likely to have this disorder than females, and if you just think about prison, think about, you know, when I think about antisocial, I think about someone who's prison, hence why I have this image right here for you guys. And in prison, majority of the people who go there are actually males, not females, and therefore I associate the main key points with antisocial personality disorder that way. And when you're diagnosing someone, they must be at least 18 years of old. If they're less than 18, then it's called conduct disorder, and that's important. To be antisocial, they have to have a history of having conduct disorder, and we've talked about that in previous videos. But conduct disorder must be present along with being greater than 18 years of age. That is antisocial personality disorder, right? And you can think about it. People who go to prison, a lot of times they're involved in substance abuse issues, like we talked about in our previous video, as well as mood disorders like bipolar disorder and depression as well. Okay, so they have a very high association because of that reason. So that's antisocial personality disorder in a nutshell. The next one is borderline personality disorder. Borderline personality disorder is someone who has unstable mood and relationships. They're usually flip-flopping back and forth. They see people as great or horrible. People are really good or really, really bad. That's it. There's no in-between, no gray zone. They have a fear of abandonment. They don't want to be left alone, but they're also very impulsive. They'll do things out of impulse, but then, you know, they'll be afraid of being left alone. Like spending sprees, they may have sex with strangers for no reason, etc., etc. And this can lead to suicidal tendencies just because of the fact they're flip-flopping so much. They may become suicidal. Maybe they spend all their money one day and then they realize they have no money the next day and then they become suicidal, right? That's an example. It's also related to the abandonment because being with a borderline person is really difficult. The spouses or partners end up leaving because they don't want to deal with their drama, etc., etc. And because of these abandonment issues that they have, they can start to have suicidal thoughts and tendencies. They may cut themselves, they may fear emptiness, and this is more common in women than it is in men. That's important. Antisocial, more common in males. Borderline, more common in females. Next, we got histrionic personality disorder. This is very related to borderline in my mind, but the way I remember histrionic and the way you should remember it is this guy, Logan Paul or Jake Paul, one of those doofuses. That guy, they definitely have histrionic personality disorder. They want to be the center of attention. They want everyone to look at them and they want to be like, hey, look at me. This is me, right? They talk loud. They usually use hand gestures all the time. Man, I hate this guy. Let's do this. Boom. All right. Anyways, they use hand gestures. They attract attention. They crave it. And they have very excessive emotionality and excitability. They're very hyper aroused or hyper active in a sense. These patients are very inappropriate when it comes to sexual behavior. They may, go towards you. If you're the physician, they may show sexual provocativity towards you. So one classic example of this is going to be a patient comes to your office, it's a female, and she starts talking about how handsome you are and how gorgeous, of a couple the two of you would be, etc., etc. She makes these sort of sexual advances towards you, and because of that, it should clue you towards histrionic. Anything sexual that a patient does towards you immediately associated with histrionic personality disorder. Now, they might wear provocative clothing to grab your attention too in the clinic, right? They may inappropriately touch you in this scenario. They may come close to you, touch your leg, touch your thigh, and they may be very concerned with their physical appearance. They may ask you, hey, do you think, my breasts look nice? What do you think about my face, my figure, etc., etc.? Oftentimes in the USMLE Step 1, they're going to present this as a female patient. So just watch out for that. But it could be a male patient who could also present. Just so you guys have an understanding. That is histrionic personality disorder. Man, just remember Jake Paul, Logan Paul, whoever the heck this doofus is, and you won't forget histrionic personality disorder, right? Eventually they're going to have some sexual crazy story come out about them harassing someone, etc. So just think about that. And finally, we have narcissistic personality disorder. Narcissistic personality disorder is pretty straightforward. Kanye West is Kanye best, boo. That's all it is, right? That is narcissistic personality disorder. I don't know what the hell I said. Anyways, I think about Kanye West. These patients or these people have very grandiose beliefs about themselves. Okay, they think of themselves as amazing and the best and, the greatest of all time. They have an inflated sense of self-worth and self-esteem. They have a sense of entitlement. They feel like they deserve everything they want and they should be able to get it. And they usually lack empathy for others. They don't realize that what they want, what they deserve, they think they deserve, might hurt anyone else. They just look out for themselves. They're narcissistic. They believe really highly. They see themselves really highly. They value themselves. And they often require excessive admiration. It's kind of similar to histrionic, where they want to crave attention, except that they believe that they're amazing. They actually want external admiration for who they are. They want to be heard. They want people to tell them that they are great, they're amazing, and they usually overreact to criticism, right? A classic example, Kanye, I'm so good at making these parallels. Think about this. Kanye West, right? When he freaked out on the radio show, right? It was crazy. He's like, what did he say? He was like, you ain't got the answers, B. You ain't got the answers. And that's because he didn't believe it, right? Someone was criticizing him. He got angry. He overreacted. And he believes that he's the best, right? Although that is debatable. Anyways, that's not what we're here for. We're not debating the greatness of Kanye West. Thank you so much for watching this video on cluster B disorders. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you guys like what we are doing. Hopefully it's helping. If you guys don't know, you can find these lectures on your favorite podcast service for free. Just go and search Mad Medicine and listen to it wherever you want. And with that being said, thank you so much, and go ahead and continue on to the next topic.